Welcome to this Fundamentals Lesson Plan series on rendering. In this video, we'll take a look at exporting the Revit model view to a DWG file format. This is video 3 of 4. My name is John Harridge, and I'll be your host for today's lesson. Let's look at the learning objectives for video 3. At the end of this lesson, you will be able to export a 3D Revit model view to the DWG file format. Then look at importing and linking that DWG file into the 3ds Max design environment. We'll make some design changes to the Revit model to practice round trip changes, and then update that linked model back into 3ds Max design. With that, let's get started. Let's begin by opening up an existing Revit project file. Go ahead and click open, and then navigate to your tutorial directory. And let's open up the visualization rendering exercise 03 project file, please. So from Revit, we will be exporting this 3D view to a DWG file format. So just confirming that 3D view is the active view. We'll bring that into the 3ds Max environment as a new scene. Then we'll return back to Revit to make changes to windows and then propagate those changes back to 3ds Max design. So let's begin by clicking the Revit menu button, selecting the export option, and let's choose CAD formats, and then selecting DWG as the file format. The DWG export dialog box appears. This is just providing a visual confirmation of the view that you're about to capture as a DWG. There's a way to say multiple views. We're just going to accept the defaults and click next to continue. Let's make sure that we're saving the DWG in the tutorial folder that we're working from, and for simplicity's sake, I'm going to keep the file name simple. So strip away the end cap there. And then again, just confirm that the file format type is set to DWG. Go ahead and click OK to continue. All right, so the DWG file has been created. Let's transition over to 3ds Max design, and then we'll link that DWG file into a new scene. So transitioning now to 3ds Max design. To begin the workflow, we will go to the 3ds Max application menu. Again, if you just wanted a one-way push, you could do this as a simple import as a DWG. But what we're seeking is a two-way link between the Revit model and the 3ds Max model. So we want to choose Link AutoCAD and then select the DWG file that we just created a moment ago. Go ahead and click open. Next, a settings dialog box comes up. Again, we just want to accept the defaults and choose attach file down at the bottom. All right, so the DWG file has been brought in. We no longer need this Manage Links dialog box. Let's go ahead and close it out. Let's Go ahead and orbit the model. You can use the Alt key plus the middle mouse button while dragging. Allows you to orbit the model freely. Again, everything from the Revit model with the cameras have all been captured. And in this case, we want to make a size change to the windows. So we're going to go ahead and save the file as a new Max file. So go ahead and browse out to your tutorial folder. And let's give it the name Visualization Rendering Exercise 03 with the .max file extension. Go ahead and click Save. So the next step is to return back to the Revit application. So let's do that now. So we return back to the 3D view. Let's open up the level 1 plan view, please. And we want to make changes to the two bay windows that are facing the front, if you will. So Control left click to put both of those in a common selection set. So those are the ones that we're going to change. Go to your type selector. Let's go ahead and make those larger. We'll select 36 inches by 72 inches. So we saw the changes update in plan view. And let's return back to the 3D view. And I'll just orbit the model just to confirm visually that those windows are now larger than previously. Okay. So the next step is to save this view again back to the DWG file that we created earlier. So return to your Revit application menu button. Select Export, CAD Formats, selecting the DWG format. Again, we get the preview of the view that we're about to save again. Go ahead and click Next. Now the critical part here is to give the DWG file that we linked to 3ds Max the same file name. So go ahead and just pick the working DWG file that you're using and then click OK to continue. All right, this is giving you a warning saying, do you really want to replace the file? Yes, we do. We do want to override it, so go ahead and select yes. So the DWG file has been updated. We now need to return back to the 3ds Max application and reload the latest DWG changes to our Max scene. So I'm just zooming in, just letting you know that no changes have occurred yet, and thus we have to manually reload the DWG. So going back to the Revit Max application menu, let's look at references. In references, you'll find the Manage Links tool towards the bottom of the list. Go ahead and select it. If If we go over to the Files tab, you'll notice that there's a flag in front of our DWG file saying that it's been updated, but has not been updated in the Max environment. Go ahead and click Reload. A settings dialog box appears. You can make changes as you see fit for your context. We'll accept the defaults as is. Go ahead and click OK to continue. We no longer need this Manage Links dialog box. Go ahead and close it. You can see the window changes here. Let's go ahead and save the Max file. Basically giving it the same name, so just a normal save will work. This concludes this exercise. Let's go ahead and take a look at next steps. Let's review the learning objectives for video 3. In this lesson, you were able to export a Revit model view to a DWG file format, and then import and link the DWG file into 3ds Max design environment. We then made changes in Revit and then updated those changes through the linked model to the 3ds Max design file. With that, let's take a look at Autodesk resources that are available to you. I would like to make you aware of 2 Autodesk resources. The first resource is the Autodesk Education Community, where you can access free software for both students and educators for titles like Autodesk Revit featured in this series. The website address is www.students.autodesk.com. Registration is required to access the free software using either your personal email address or your school-issued email address. The second resource is the Autodesk Digital STEAM Workshop. It's hands-on, project-based learning across multiple industries such as architecture, engineering, and entertainment. The website address is www.digitalsteam.autodesk.com. Registration is required to download the free learning resources using your Autodesk ID created from the Autodesk Education Community. You will find the Fundamentals of Architecture series under the Subject pull-down menu, Architecture link. Assets include step-by-step instructions, datasets, and videos. This concludes this lesson overview summary. Thank you for watching.